Welcome to the Dr. Lam Show. Today we have a very special guest, Maggie Chilton. She is a registered holistic nutritionist, but also a holistic wellness coach and transformologist. And not a lot of us know what that is, but it's so interesting. And so I'm so glad that we can learn so much from her today, as she also deals specifically with women and women's health and how to create long lasting change in their lives, especially if you're stressed and anxious, you've gone through so many programs and now you're at a block, you don't know what to do. She helps a lot of those type of women. So we're so glad to have you here on our Dr. Lam show, Maggie. And tell us a
Thank you.
little
Thank
about
you.
yourself.
Well, thank you so much for having me here. It's an absolute pleasure. Um, so I actually only got into holistic nutrition. It started off when my youngest son was about 3 and he was having developmental delays. And I came home one weekend and he was just red. He just had lots of blotches and his eyes were watering and he looked unwell. And so I took him to the naturopath, couldn't really find anything except, take off dairy, wheat, etc. And then we noticed that he had ear issues. So he had a number of ear tubes fitted. And all the while I kept thinking, there's got to be something that I can do. I felt like my hands were tied. He was having the usual North American diet, right? Chicken
Hmm.
fingers and cheese and, animal crackers and stuff like this. And the same
Hmm.
with my first son. So I didn't think there was anything that I could do. Anyway, this went on for a while. And then a friend of mine said, have you heard of Weston A. Price? And you've probably heard of him. And he was a dentist out of Canada, actually. And he developed this Weston A. Price diet based on traditional whole foods.
Mm.
And I thought, okay, let's give this a try. And so I changed our diets completely, went organic food, organic vegetables. At that point in time, we could get access to raw dairy. So we did that. And within 3 weeks, he said his first sentence that we could actually understand. And it was like, it was a revelation. And even now I
Amazing.
get chills when I talk about it, to have your 3-year-old you actually be able to understand them was amazing.
Mm.
And so that went on for about 4 years and he got progressively better and better. And then we moved from British Columbia to Ontario. And it just so happened where we lived, there was a Canadian School of Natural Nutrition. And at the time I think I was 46, 47 at the time. I thought, sure, I'll go back to school for a year, nervous that my brain wouldn't be able to hold anything, but did that. And, 5 years later, I now have the most amazing job and business working with women specifically. And it's so fulfilling that that's all I want to do for the rest of my life. No retirement, nothing. It's just
Yeah.
all I want to do.
That's amazing. Amazing story about your son and how food is just so important. Yeah, you call it the North American diet. We call it like the standard American diet, which is sad, right? And so
Yes.
uh, there's definitely both ways of saying it. But food and diet is definitely the foundation of health. And now you do something with women called transformology. So can you kind of just tell us a little more about that?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So the method that we use is called Creatrix, and it was designed by a woman in Australia, Matt Shermer. And so she was part of many multi-level marketing companies, and she was at the top of her game, and she was the biggest seller. Yet what she was teaching women was not what she was actually doing to get to the top of her game, because women and men, they're different, right? It just is. We think differently, we act differently, our emotions are different. Our brain never switches off. We don't have a nothing box. And, we're all about community and caring, and men are more into, the deal, getting things done, providing, that, and it's different. And so she went through some really bad times in her life. And she came to a sort of an aha moment when she was having a seizure at one point in time. And she just realized that she had to speak out and advocate for women. And so she designed this method called Creatrix that is only designed for women. And and we have to be specific when we say women, it's someone born with a uterus, whether it's been removed or not. So it doesn't work for men. But the transformology part comes in. That's what we develop over time. So we're in the business of transforming women's lives using this specific method. But it's transformology is something that you gain. It's wisdom, and it's working with women. It's being intuitive, and it's actually listening to what they have to say, rather than, it's like when you talk to a friend and you just want to just lay it all out, and you just feel better when you do that.
Yes.
Most times the other person is waiting for a chance to jump in and give their advice because they've been through it or they know what they're going through.
Mm-hmm.
And as a transformologist, we don't do that. We sit and we listen, we actively listen. And we take note of what these women are saying and their body language. And when you let them just talk, they actually show you those deep-seated issues, beliefs, feelings that they've been holding on to for years, that they don't even know that they say. They probably don't even know that they believe. But when you do that deep active listening as a transformologist, you learn to pick up on those key words that really are at the center of why they're not living their best life, why they're sabotage efforts, or why they believe that they're not a good mother, or that they will never find a partner, all of these things. It's, it's that listening that everything comes out in that.
Wow. So the process itself is very healing, right?
Yeah.
So it's very good to listen correctly, but I'm sure you guys have your own protocol and way of listening that really transforms women's lives. Can you kind of describe a typical, client of yours or something that you see very often, these symptoms that are just blocking women, and what is the most common thing that you are often encountering?
I would say the most common thing is to do with nutrition, right? Because women find me because they want to feel better, look better, something to do with nutrition, their body, and the way that they look and feel. And the last client that I just worked with is a particularly good example. So she Googled me, or she Googled nutritionist, London area, came up with me and called me. And she basically said that, she wanted to work with someone to do with nutrition, and so she could become healthier. And I said, well, that's actually the second step in the process of my own business. My first process would be to work to see why you're in this position and what's preventing you from not eating healthily, not taking care of yourself, not investing in yourself. And so she said, I'm in. Yeah, let's do this. And so when I worked with her, we came up with a list of just less than 30 issues. I think she had about 28, 29 issues, stemming back to childhood abuse, childhood trauma that she has been dealing with for 50 so years. And, a lot of other things as well, but that was the prominent issue that we found. And so we got this list of issues. And the beautiful thing about what I do in my business is we guarantee results, which I can't do as a holistic nutritionist. I can only take you so far, and I can only give you the information, and then it's up to you if you follow through. And I can't guarantee that this food or this supplement or this lifestyle change will help you. And so the beautiful thing about Creatrix is I said to this woman, I guarantee you, I will not finish working with you until all of these issues are gone. And within 3 sessions, she got rid of just under 30 issues.
Wow. Amazing.
And by gone, I mean, she never has to worry about them again. And, when you see a woman, so she comes into you and she's sad and she's despondent and she's teary and she's kind of lost hope.
Mm-hmm.
And then you see her when she's transformed, and as soon as she gets on, Zoom or whatever, she's smiling and she's wearing brighter clothes and her words are different. it's a beautiful thing to see. And then you can start on the nutrition program. And funnily enough, I did her consult this morning, her nutrition consult. And I said to her, "You are my dream client." And she said, "Well, why?" I said, "Because you're doing everything that's going to help you live a healthy lifestyle. A few tweaks here and there, but you're doing everything. You just didn't know it because all of the other stuff was keeping you in this, I'm not good enough, I can't do it, what's wrong with me, why isn't it working mind
Mm.
frame." And now she's changed that. And A, it's not so big a deal anymore. And B, she's like, "Yep, I can do that. Yep, happy to change that." And it's just like, wow, I want every client to be like that.
Yeah, to see such big changes. So what you're saying is that yes, nutrition is there too. A lot of times we want to focus on the physical, right? First, because that is something we can see and that's the result that we want. But maybe the first thing that we need to do is deal with that mind, emotional, social aspect, behavioral aspect of stress and even yes, even from the past and the future and bringing all that baggage up. Wow, that's amazing to do in 3 sessions to be able to yeah get over 30 issues. That's really really amazing. So um, what are some other tips you can give for women who are like they're still struggling, like you said, they don't they can't get over that mindset of I'm never going to get better. I just feel so horrible today. I don't want to wake up and get out of bed because I know I'm it's going to be the same type of day. Is that another type of block that you see very often?
Yeah, and I've experienced this myself because, creating a business is not easy. And so every program, every book, every self-help book I've read, a majority of them are designed for men and they're written by men mostly
Mm,
because it's their formula is I have to do all of the things. I have to do the program, I've got to do the meal plan, I've got to do the whatever it is in order to have the things that I want in order to be happy.
mm,
So let's say it's a woman on a health journey. Okay, so I've got to do the diet, for want of a better word, so that I can have this great life, so that I can be happy. We always think, if you're doing it that way, and if you're thinking in the future, I'll
mm,
be happy when I lose weight,
yeah.
when I have the money, when I have the car. But for women, we have to be happy first. We have to clean out that core, that intuition that is probably rusty from us never listening to it or pushing it down. But we have to clean out that core of all the things that we tell ourselves that we are not good enough, can't do, won't do, done many times, haven't succeeded. So we have to, if we are happy in ourselves, there's a little bit of doing, a little bit of tweaking. My previous client, for example, just a little bit in order to have the life that you want. We
Mm,
have to switch it around. So, for generations, women have been trained and taught to do it the male way. If you do all of these things, you'll have things and then you'll be happy. But actually, for women, we have to be happy first, and then everything else is so much easier. In fact, once you've done that, once you're happy with yourself and a little bit of the doing, that's when you can do the programs, you can do the affirmations, you can do the meditations, and everything resonates and comes back to you. Because as women, well, as men as well as people, we're energetic beings. What we put out, we get back.
yeah.
Right? You can probably see that, you know, someone in the street, you walk up and they look kind of angry. Well, that, people are going to be like, and they might resonate that energy also and match that energy.
Mhm.
Whereas if somebody's really happy, good morning, you'll also resonate that energy like, oh, good morning.
Yeah.
It's exactly the same with the thoughts and feelings and beliefs that you have that you're putting out into the world. That's
Mm,
what you get back.
that's amazing. Less doing and more being, right?
100%. You nailed it.
Oh man, that's a very different mindset, right? Even as even as doctors, we always want to like do create a plan so that you can follow. And if you don't follow, then oh, what type of, what type of patient or client are you? But really, changing the first mindset, right, is like the important step. And so being happy, I know it's so generic, so general, but so important. It's like how do you even start, for
Well,
how do
let's
you
let's
start?
define happiness, because people are like, oh yes, happy, that sounds wonderful. But happiness basically means, devoid of stress, and you
Mm,
feel like you can, that the world has something for you, that you have something to give the world.
mhm,
Right? It's not like, oh, I'm just going to be happy and have these affirmations of everything is wonderful. That's not what it's about. It's just about limiting or having zero stress, and then also knowing that, okay, there's some good out here and I can do some good in the world. That's what sort of what we mean by happy.
giving back, right? I think a lot of women, they do feel like they just keep giving, they keep giving, but maybe they don't feel the effects of their giving when it comes back to them, right? That's
Yeah.
huge for moms and where they're working, and sometimes they don't appreciate that the work that they're doing, and they just focus so much on the work rather than how is this affecting the people that I am working in in a such a amazing way, your children growing up, or um, the work that you're doing and affecting the stress level. So I love how you also brought up, yes, the it's reducing stress. Being happy is also reducing stress, as stress is one of the biggest things we deal with,
Yeah.
because of our society kind of just puts us in this bubble that we need to be stressed in order to be successful and to keep going and to make money. And there's
Yeah.
a definition of success placed by probably men, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
yes, and
Because it's
and
measurable, right? Men
yes.
can measure it. I've done all of these things, therefore I get paid more, therefore I manage more people, therefore look at all the things that I have. My truck, my car, my whatever it is, right? They're a
Mhm.
provider. So they like to accumulate things to show that they are successful and that they can provide. Where, you know, a majority of women, if they just love themselves, and they just like, oh my gosh, I just feel so great today, that's all that they need. Everything else is a bonus.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good point. That it's just so different between men and women, and we have to really, yeah, we have to create this community of how we view ourselves. And for women out there too who are looking for this affirmation, that's and for transforming the way they think, it is possible, right? That's there's a hope for them, and in maybe less than 3 visits with you,
Exactly.
it is
Yeah.
definitely possible. So
Affirmations work, but you have to do it first subconsciously, because otherwise, affirmations and manifestations they're all conscious. They work when you're thinking about it. Okay, you can put stickers on your fridge and your mirror and on your
mhm,
screensaver. Great when you can see it and you're conscious. But what happens when we're running our lives 90% of the time unconsciously? If unless you get to that deep level and you really speak to that unconscious and you get rid of the things that are holding you back and replace those with the wisdom of whatever you come up with as a woman, because everything you need is right inside of you. But if you replace that with the wisdom, then affirmations and mantras and stuff work, because they're already set in your subconscious.
mm. Wow, I like you to kind of go into that a little more. Subconscious versus conscious, right?
Mhm.
The decisions that you're making concretely are more conscious, so you're seeing something, but you're saying you have to really implement these ideas so that you're living it subconsciously, like whatever
Right.
decisions you're
So,
making, whatever thoughts you have. How do you
yeah.
get there? Yeah.
Well, and your subconscious basically runs your life, right? How do you drive to somewhere that, you drive to home? You don't think about it every time. You know the way you're going, and you can probably listen to the radio or have a conversation while you're driving, and you get home and you think, how did I get here? Right? That's your subconscious. How
Yes.
do you breathe, blink, all of these things that's done by your subconscious. So we allow that subconscious to run our lives. So if that subconscious, that core is cluttered with, and they've done studies on this, up to 14 generations of beliefs and feelings and trauma, that's a lot of things to carry around in that subconscious that is affecting every single moment of your day. And so with the method of Creatrix, we allow a woman to put her conscious mind on hold for a moment. Just, you know what, let's just have some fun. Leave that conscious mind alone for a while, and we're going to have some fun with the unconscious, and we're going to get rid of these issues that you're dealing with. And then we're going to replace them with your wisdom. You already know what you need to know, what you need to tell your subconscious. But because it's buried so deep, it's very difficult for us to do that on a conscious level. So that's why we have to get into the subconscious, which again is programming, subconscious programming. 95% of our day is run by our thoughts and feelings and beliefs that we've got from centuries, or from our parents, grandparents, great-great-grandparents. We don't come into this world with preconceived notions and ideas and beliefs. Right? We are a blank slate when we come in. But the first, I can't remember who it was, but he says, give me a man for 7 years, or give me a boy for 7 years and I'll show you the man. All that programming comes into place. Here you go. Here's your human that's already pre-programmed. And that's the way that we live, and it becomes our normal.
Yeah, then you work on the person, you work on the woman to try to push aside the conscious and reprogram the subconscious.
Well, we get rid of all of those issues that she's dealing with. All of the issues that we agree on, we agree to get rid of them 100% guaranteed, or we keep working on them.
Great.
It's not per session. It's not like, like when you're going to therapy, they say you either come, you book in your sessions, or you have a block of sessions or something. It's not like that with Creatrix. We work until your blocks are gone. That's our commitment to that woman.
Yeah, no, that's really, really awesome. So, it's been great talking today and learning about how to break through your blocks, transforming women's lives. So if someone wanted to find you, Maggie, what's the best way that they can get a hold of you, or your handles?
On Instagram, it's MaggieChilton_transform. My website, MaggieChilton.com. Facebook, Maggie Chilton. I made it really easy for people to find
Perfect.
me.
Perfect. And you also said you have like a gift that you would want to give out to people if they do come and contact you.
Yeah, I designed a personal wellness journal for somebody who, is interested in elevating their nutrition or their health game, and just really wants an idea of, okay, what does my day look like? What do I usually think, or what am I grateful for? Just reminding them to go outside and get sunshine, drink water, be grateful, all of those things. And so if somebody wants to contact me, or they can, if you want to share a link, they can download the PDF that they can just print off. And it's a start. It's a 30-day start for them to just start to think a little bit differently and think about what's possible. And, it's an overview of, that's what my day looks like, or that's what my week looks like. What could I do if I got rid of the limiting beliefs that I have right now? What is possible?
Thank you so much. Yeah, definitely. We'll have the link down in the comments, but also in the video itself. So if anyone is wanting to talk to you, definitely reach out to Maggie Chilton. We're so grateful to have her here as our transformologist to learn about empowering women's lives. And here on the Dr. Lam Show, again, we are empowering you to take control of your health. So make sure to like, subscribe, share this video, and stay tuned for the next episode. Have a good day.